Welcome at the battle of the 18 grainers. Today I'm going to compare 4 pallets against each other, 3 18 grainers, and then just for the hell of it the 15 grainer as well. So first up, the HNNs in Barracuda 18s, then I'm going to shoot the JSBs in 18.13, followed by the air arms in 18, and then the last one for today, the little JSB 15.89s. Let's have some fun. It's time for the fun part of the session, actually shooting the pallets. Alright, so first up I'm going to shoot the Barracuda 18 grain. So on the tin it says 18.13. These are the normal Diablo type shaped pallets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot 3 different speeds. I'm going to aim right center so you guys can see what the drop is with the different speeds on my gun. The gun using today is the FX Crown Mark 1, and the regulator is set around about 140 bar, but that's semantics. Let's get into the shooting. That's where the fun starts. I'm going to shoot out 3 pallets just to make sure everything is 100%. Well, that's not a bad start, but you should expect this from pallets, basically touching each other on every single shot on all 3 different speed limits. Interesting work. Time to go and measure those babies and show you guys the results. Alright, so I was a little bit modest. This is perfect. This is what pallets need to do out of a gun. The JSB Jumbo Heavy Diablos, the exacts, in 18.13 grain. I'm just going to shoot 3 sighters first. Now that was quite interesting. Probably the best grouping was in the slowest speed. Okay, let's go and measure up, and then we'll hit the air arms babies next. The JSB 18 grains performed reasonably well with some excellent groupings there at 830 odd feet per second. That 7.5mm grouping being the best of the bunch. Quite surprised, not really. I expect this from JSB. Rather, let's put it a different way, I demand this from JSB. Let's go over and see what the AAs do. Right, our last in the 18 grain category, this will be the air arms 18 grainers. I'm just going to hit 3 sighter shots first, and then we're ready to rumble. Okay, let's go. Alright, so they might not look pretty in the tin, but they sure as hell are laser accurate. That was probably the best groupings I've shot in a long time. Pat on the back. Sharp. They can shoot. I love these air arms. They don't look nice, but they shoot very pretty. On 30 meters, the air arms really impressed me. 4 of those groupings airtight. I can't believe it. So this might be a real contender in the 18 grain category, but I still need to test them on 50 meters. I already tested them on 100 meters where they didn't perform too bad, but the real test will be on 50 meters. Alright, last baby up for a shave. This is not an 18 grainer, this is a 15.89 grainer in the JSPs, also 5.52s, .22 caliber. Why am I shooting this? Because I can, and I've got plenty of them. Now guys, I absolutely adore this little pellet. I think it's a very underrated little pallet, specifically in 22 caliber. And today I get finally the chance to test them against their bigger cousins, the 18 grainers. So let's go. That was disappointing. I had such high hopes for my little babies, but that didn't group as nicely as any of the others. But the final measurement will probably tell. Maybe I'm just too anxious for them to shoot good. I certainly tried my best. Alright, so let's go measure up and we can give you the final results and the conclusion when it comes to pallet testing and the Crown Mark 1. Okay, so the measurement actually went a lot better than I thought. The 15 grainers can be a real contender in this space, but I was actually testing the 18 grainers. I was just surprised that the 15 grainers did actually do very well, and they were running at slightly faster speed due to the weight. Let's go and get a quick conclusion. The best grouping with the H&N Barracudas was 8.7 millimeters, and that's at 833 feet per second. The second best grouping for the day belonged to the JSBs with a grouping of 7.5 millimeters, again in the 830 feet per second. But there can only be one winner, and that today belongs to the Air Arms at 810 feet per second, a 5.6 millimeter grouping, just keeping in mind the pallet is a 5.5, so that is quite awesome. Can I make a final conclusion? No. I need to test them at 50 meters to be able to give you guys the final conclusion on which pallet is the best in my crown. Remember that pallets will differ from barrel to barrel and from gun to gun. So this is my results from my gun, and this is no means a discreditation against any producer out there. Your gun might love one of the other pallets a little bit better than mine. But that's all for me. Like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.
That's all, folks.